And then lots of little gem lettuce, which are doing amazingly. And I thought lettuce out here would just be a ridiculous concept, because anything and everything that can eat everything is here. I don't know if the membrane's helping. It was supposed to not be great for slugs and stuff, but everything's not doing too badly. These are all pumpkins, ginormous Cinderella style pumpkins, so if these all come good, we're going to have tons of them. Some of them are getting eaten, and the problem that we have here, I don't know if you can see, bracken still continues to try and poke its way through, even through the membrane, with the slightest chink of light, constantly pulling it out. I mean, it would look like, you see the height of that bracken there that I've not pulled out yet, this entire patch would be like that without the membrane, so it's definitely worth putting it down. And it will be raised beds next year as well, so will help with weeds and so on. But it's 2 times now that I've had to deal with this entire patch of neckeye bracken, hence the membrane for this year, which is making life so much easier. So some of these pumpkins are doing awesomely well. There's 1 or 2 that have been nibbled. The problem we had is we had quite a lot of wind, and even though I've been weighing all of this down with bricks and pieces of wood and all sorts, it still sometimes lifts the membrane, and it either covers the plant, so obviously it's not growing as well, or it encourages everything else to grow, which is why again we've got more of bracken growing through everything. But it is like 95% better than it would be. And then in these crates here we've got peas. So ordinarily you'd direct sow them, but I did okay with peas in the crates last year. These are all the crates that are on the last legs that probably won't survive moving again. They were in the barn and in the chicken house, and they were just falling to bits. I've got some pea pods that are filling out beautifully, so there might be a handful of peas go in my tea tonight. The end ones were sowed before the middle ones, which is why they're looking a bit sparse, just to give us a longer crop. Strawberry bed, you can see I've got lots of little baby strawberries in pots, so I'm going to check those later to see if they've rooted, and if they have I'll chop them off the main plant, because we've not had as much fruit as I was expecting, and I think it's partly because it's a bit early, so we've still got flowers. In fact, I see a nice strawberry in there, but also it's put out a lot of runners, so I'm going to try and get as many baby strawberry plants as possible so that I can then cut them off, and all the energy should then go back into the plant. And then this is the bit where I ran out of membrane, so it's become a dumping ground for, see, the bracken that I've pulled up, because when we had a lot of rainfall, all the stuff that was this high just folded over all the plants. I had to go around and pull it all out. So you can see what we would be dealing with if the membrane wasn't down, and this has been trimmed. It gets trimmed probably once every few weeks to stop it getting too high. But I don't mind having a little bit of a wild area, because it's where I can put any weeds, any offcuts. They can just all compost down nicely in the corner for when I'm ready to fill raised beds with stuff. And then the tunnel is here. I haven't decided on the size of the raised beds yet, because we have a slight 2-level thing. Kind of nice to cut a proper step along here, so we have a slightly lower level and a higher level. Ooh, I don't know if that was a plane or if that was a rumble of something. The cows are stood up though. Doesn't that mean it's going to be fine? Oh, blue sky, blue sky. So polytunnel, which is thriving right now. What we desperately need is some sun though. We've had a lot of I say cool, 15 degrees, 17 degrees by British standards. That's height of summer, right? What the polytunnel is desperate for right now is some heat. I think everything will just grow like crazy once we've had some sunshine. But what I've inadvertently done, because the polytunnel has been shut for a couple of days to keep the heat in, is I think I've stopped pollination on certainly the cucumber. So the cucumber has cropped prolifically already. I mean, I think I've had about 8 off it. I've been giving them away. I've got one I think I need to pick this morning, but any fruits that are coming on the back of it are shrivelling and dropping off. I've done a bit of googling today, and they seem to think that that's lack of pollination. So what I need is some warmth and get all the bees and the insects in here, because there's usually no shortage of them, but I've had the door shut, so it's my bad. In here we've got some sweet potatoes, which come from Le Papa. Some French beans in there. There should be more, but I never got around to planting them. So I'll probably get about 4 off that, but hey, I'll be in a better position next year. Then we've got aubergines, a couple of aubergines, and then this is all dwarf beans, which is a variety called Amethyst, which has the loveliest flowers on it. A couple of wayward tomato plants after I said I wouldn't plant any more tomato plants, and then can't throw anything away. I did tuck a couple of skanky looking lettuces under there, but they're getting covered over now, so they'll probably just go. Some more little gem lettuce, because I need more lettuce, right? I've cut a couple but left them in to see if they'll kind of regenerate like Doctor Who. We'll see. Courgettes, green courgettes, which went in way after this monster. I do like the yellow courgettes. I prefer them to the green ones. You can see we've got a couple in there that are not far off ready for being picked, and loads of flowers, lots of male flowers, but also some little baby courgettes coming on the back of that. So all these flowers will help attract pollinators and hopefully get my cucumber back on the right footing. We've got cayenne chilies there, the 4 experimental cauliflowers, which you can see are doing way better in here than they are outside. This is interesting. This is Japanese shiso, which is another gifted plant. I've been watching a lot of Japanese food documentaries at the moment, street food and stuff, because we're toying with visiting in a couple of years, Tokyo Disney Sea and all that. And shiso was used quite a lot in sushi. It's like a salad leaf, I guess. I haven't tried it. I don't know what the flavour's like, but I like anything interesting, so all good. Tomatoes. Not really gone for cherries this year. I had boatloads of cherry tomatoes last year, and I've gone for the big old beastie varieties, just to try and get a better yield off less plants. There's half the plants that I had last year. You can see the first one is doing okay. I think that's Marmande. Some marigolds are going in there later, because you can see that they've not done great. So I'm going to tuck in some bought ones in and around my pathetic seedlings that I put in way too late, I think. Lots of lovely flowers coming, again that makes me happy. Cucumber, so that guy is ready to come off, even though I've got a whole one in the fridge still. But do you see what I mean about the other fruits are shrivelling and dropping off? So I've got some new ones to come up there, so I'm hoping if I can leave the door open some more, even though we've got tons of rain due, that and the thing that I'm most happy with, which is some shop bought melons that I kept the seeds from last year that are going absolutely ape. These flowers weren't here when I came in the polytunnel last, and I've got another 1, 2, 3. You see the baby melon there and there, that's the biggest one. So I've been joking with my sister that we're going to use all our old bras to support these. We've both had a bra clear out, so you might see some interesting things hanging off this trellis next time we're in here. In the end is some garlic, which I don't think the bulbs have fully formed, but I might try and pull it. I think they'll be a bit small. But that's it for now. I've got some more sowing to do, but I mean, when you look back at the last polytunnel post I did that was back in May, in the space of a month, everything has shot up. So we just need this wet weather now to bugger off and give us a bit of sun, and then I think we'll be laughing. Catch you later.